Well, Trenton and I have three of our triple sleds in here, getting them ready for a ride that's coming up here very soon, right? First part of January. We're going on a ride up in McGregor, Minnesota on Big Sandy. And it's a fun little ride. It's kind of like a little poker run type of a vintage show. It's like 5-6 stops. You get a card at the beginning, you get all 5-6 stops. Turn your card in at the end of the ride, and they have drawings for different prizes and stuff. But we're going to run it this year because we are building a cabin right near this ride, and we want to go up and enjoy our cabin and go on this ride. So we brought in three of the sleds that we're going to be bringing with, and these are some very fun classic muscle triples here. We got a Storm 800, that's a 95. We have a 94 Storm 800, and we got this one here. I think Trent and I have both agreed this is one of our favorite sleds. We've done a few videos on it. You guys have all heard me babble about how we like this sled, but what the neat part about is that sled is when it fires up, you just do not expect to hear what you hear when it starts. And that's why I think we like it so much. And the thing just absolutely rips. It's a fun sled, but it's a 79 Centurion with a 650 in it. That's a fun sled. So we'll start down here on the 95. This is my sled. Trent and I bought this pair this spring, and he chose the 94. I got the 95. The last video I did, I showed you I had this rip in the seat. I did get it repaired. My neighbor's an upholsterer, and he came up with this little band that he put around it. All these Polaris seats seem to rip in the same spot, and this is a great fix to it. It was cheap, and it looks great, I think. I mean, it just blends right in, and you'd never know that the seat was ripped right there, but it's fixed. I still have the Polaris logo on it, and that's what I was trying to keep, the original seat still. So that's a nice fix and cheap. So Trenton's going to pull the hood up on this one so we can take a look at the motor and see how I've got it all back together. I think the first video I did of it, I had things taken apart because we were working on switching some exhausts around, and we painted up the pipes. I put new springs on everywhere, and I ordered a whole pile of springs to be able to do that. And we sealed all the pipes at the connections. I put all new heat tape in the front. It was all just falling off the belly pan everywhere. I didn't do a lot to the sled. I took the carbs off. I did a little rejetting on them, cleaned them all out. I put new vent lines on everywhere because the vent lines were all falling apart and corroded and whatnot. The gas lines are still good, but I put a new fuel filter on it. New pickup line in the tank, and adjusted the track, adjusted the limiter, checked the chain case oil, did all that kind of stuff. Just kind of went through everything because I just want to ride it first. I want it to prove itself. I don't want to stick a bunch of money into this thing and have issues right off the bat. So I figured for a change, I'm actually going to ride what I bought. I did a little preventative maintenance on it first, and I'm just going to go ride it and see how it runs. So let's have Trenton close the hood and fire this one up so we can hear. This is a stock one now. This is stock exhaust on this sled. On the white one, we got a DG silencer on that one. And you'll notice a major difference after you hear the two run here. They haven't ran yet today, so this is a cold start. So. All right, that sounds good. That sounds good for a triple. I like the sound of that. This one here, different story. This thing sounds wicked. When he fires it up outside, I immediately hear it. It really sounds cool. So he's gonna pull the hood up on that one so we can take a look underneath the hood of that one. And same deal, he went through, we had to put a water pump on it. The water pump was bad. Right when we got it, it was a bad water pump in it, and the previous owner did not know it. I mean, it's just something that when we started doing some preventative maintenance on it, we had the cover off and just happened to notice that it's leaking, and then it actually just fell apart. We ran it one time with the cover off, and that was holding the pulley in the water pump. And with that cover off, the pulley actually came out and the water pump just fell right apart. I ordered a couple off of eBay. I think I own almost all of them now that were on eBay. I bought 3 of them just in case, I have 2 of them. And if another water pump goes out, I got a spare. They seem like to be, these parts are really hard to get for these things for some reason. I don't know why, but you can't get anything at Polaris for them at all, so you got to find used. So I just figured, well, they were the right price, so I bought a couple of them. And I bought 2 of them from one guy alone. So he put the DG silencer on here, and same thing. He sealed all of his pipes up, all new springs everywhere to keep everything nice and tight. Cleaned his carbs. He did a little jetting also. We just went one jet down from stock, basically. And he's got EGTs on his, so he can keep an eye on his exhaust temperatures. And so we just went through general maintenance again, chain case, oil, stuff like that. Didn't get too crazy, did some vent lines replacing on it and stuff. So he's gonna close his hood down. We're gonna fire this thing up. And when this thing lights off, you'll take notice that this thing does not sound like a stock sled at all. It sounds just wicked. Oh, the recoil, we just adjusted that recoil and it slipped again. Sick. It's the only thing that comes to my mind. That thing is frickin' sick. God, unbelievable. That thing sounds just absolutely sick. So Trenton's gonna grab the stand out. I'll probably have to give him a hand here. One thing about these storms, they're frickin' heavy. I think they're 600 and some pounds, if I remember, like 625 pounds, just crazy weight. And then you go to pick this thing up, you almost throw it up over your shoulder. This thing weighs nothing. So this, like I said, this has been in a few videos now. And you've all heard me just rant and rave and up and down about this thing and how it's my favorite sled and it's Trenton's favorite sled and the thing just holds the skis up everywhere it's going. It's all true. Every bit of it is true. We love this thing. Let's pop the hood up, Trenton. Let's show the guts in this thing again. We've showed it off a few times, but let's do it again. Here it is, Indy 650 triple pipes. We just had to fix one of the pipes down here. I must have hit something last year, the last time I rode this thing. But the pipes hang out just a little bit. Christ, I can't even get underneath there far. Yeah, just a little bit, the pipes hang out. I caught one of them on something. It was this one right here. So it was all bent back and pulled off the muffler and stuff, so we took it all apart. This is just an indication mark which way to get it back on again. Straightened it all back out, welded it up. She's ripping again. This one, pulled it out of the shed yesterday. Trenton pulled it out, and you know, it's just a big smile on my face. As soon as I hear this thing light off, it's just like, oh, God, I miss that sound. This thing, I just love it. It brings a smile to my face every time it lights up. So we'll fire up this one, run it on the stand a little bit so you guys can check it out again. Like I said, I've got a couple videos of it already because I love bragging this one up. But let's close up the hood, Trenton. Let's fire it up. The hood is a little fussy sometimes, but go ahead and fire it up, Trenton. Said these were all cold starts, and they've been sitting in the shop, so I mean they're at 60 some degrees, but they're all basically a cold start. That one's only ran for about a minute so far this fall. Yesterday it was a short trip from the shed down to here, and that's the second time it's been fired this fall. So I think it's got a plug going right now. It's really smoky. We had to put a lot of gas in it yesterday to get it to light off, and probably some of that's still sitting in the cylinder. So she's a little fouled out right now. So it does normally sound a little bit better, but this is a raw video. This was all cold starts. This is from the seat of our pants. But we just wanted to put a little video together of us getting our triples ready for our upcoming ride at Big Sandy. Thanks guys for watching.